We're over in r/ am I the asshole with an H, with a post by prior bus 9723. Am I the asshole for telling my wife that I'm ending our marriage because I found her brother at our house again and said it in front of him? I, male 38, left my wife Kelly, female 38, today. 5 years together, 4 married. I have battled her lack of boundaries about her family for the past 2 years. I understand that they are very close knit, but she never paid attention to how their dynamics affected our relationship. I experienced every just no family situation. My food was eaten, showing up uninvited, meddling, you name it. 9 months ago, mother-in-law and father-in-law began divorce proceedings. He cheated, fell madly in love with a side chick with whom he's lived for the past 15 years. And he decided that he wants to get remarried. He kicked everyone out of the house. There was an emergency. So I agreed to help out. I so fucking regret it. I had to take in 4 people, but they couldn't think to avoid constantly pissing me off. I got sick of finding them using our private bathroom. They had complete access to the other full bathroom by the hallway. Sister-in-law taking naps on our bed, which is creepy because a bed is too personal. Yeah. I came home late and we had to wake her up and still waited for her to snap out of her groggy state so that she could walk out. It lasted for 3 months, but the problems persisted. No matter how many times I told my wife and even told them, they still showed up at random hours. Even if I didn't run into them, I know she was allowing them to come over. I hated their presence. They would eat my snacks and get on my expensive recliner chair, which again, they didn't contribute a penny for. I had a mini orchid that they picked empty. Things got so tense that I blew up at her in front of them. They left, we had a fight, and I ended up sleeping in a hotel. I warned her many times about being fed up and needing her to support me. She acted like I was demanding that she abandon her family. Today, I came home to find her brother's car blocking the entrance. Not on the side, and not even in the driveway, just right in the middle where my only option would be to get on the lawn. I go inside, and he's laying with his shoes on the couch. He gave me this fresh smile, like he's untouchable. I went to our bedroom and packed as much of my belongings as possible and ignored her pleas to talk. There's nothing else to talk about. I already called a few lawyers, but I haven't received any replies yet. She cried, but at this point, I have no empathy. I don't even know if I overreacted or if I needed to discuss this in private. I feel defeated and angry, and I also hate her family with my soul. They knew they were hurting our relationship, and they didn't care. She knew that I'm a private person who hates being invaded. I helped them because I love her, and I didn't have the balls to let them go sleep in their car. We don't have kids, but there are so many things that would be left undone. I loved her so much, but I just can't do this. She called me immediately after I left, and I told her that my decision is final. She sounded shaken, but I told her right now, I despise her and will never be able to sleep next to her again. Ooh. And he apologizes. I have a migraine right now. I'm just coming here because I wanted to ask if leaving that way, that I did, was I an asshole? Well, it was an asshole move, and maybe I should have announced my intention of ending our marriage after her brother was gone. Ugh. No, 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 not the asshole. No, no. It sounds like this whole family is fucked up. Multiple generations are fucked up. Ugh. And the typos got me so confused. Has her dad been living with the side chick for 15 years, or has he just been in love with a side chick for 15 years? Because if he has, then your wife was 23. So all of her adult life, she hasn't seen her parents have a good relationship, at least from her father's side. Probably definitely the mother's side. And so as she gets married in her early 30s and divorced in her late 30s, she potentially doesn't know what a good relationship looks like. I don't know when he started cheating, but 15 years is a long time. Maybe it's not his first time cheating. Ooh. Top comment by Blood Money Morality with 5.6K upvotes. I want to know the brother's reaction to you saying you were leaving her in front of him. Come on, details. I need them details. Yeah. And OP replies, nothing. He looked surprised, but mostly kept his "this not fault, it's not my fault, I'm innocent" face. As always. Ooh. And Club Chaos replies to him, not gonna lie, man. I know these exact personalities, and they are infinitely insufferable people. Usually also the ones that believe because they use measured, cool, and calm demeanor, they are somehow always in the right. And you are always seen as emotionally reactive because they say incendiary things. And I definitely know people like that. Motherfuckers are always like, don't be emotional, don't be emotional. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. My brain has already fired off all the chemicals. You getting a reaction from me is simply me not crashing out at the end of your life. Right? That is my prefrontal cortex doing its job and making all these cuss words come out. Instead of me just, going in my pocket and just, long cutie type 2 replies to Club Chaos. These are the kind of people that take pleasure in pissing people off. When you react in any explosive way, they can point at you and say, you're the one that was angry. They remain calm. How could it possibly be their fault? Nothing makes me angrier, which is unfortunate because I don't want them to win. I'm right there with you. Ugh. And Bob_Barker Forever comments, have you asked your wife why she cares so little about herself? And that she allows her family to run over and disrespect her marriage and its boundaries? And OP replied, I tried everything, but she feels like she needs to indulge them. I would have preferred they came over while I wasn't home, but I didn't trust her or them not to disrespect my belongings. It was everything. Food, toiletries that went missing, etc. She got on the defensive and said that I had it out for her family, hence our fighting. No, if motherfuckers eat my food, I'm sitting in my chair, laid up on my couch with your shoes on, sleeping in my bed. My bed. And I feel like information was left out. Forget the food. Who sleeps in the bed with all their clothes on? I know this chick had to at least have her shirt off. We're putting dead skin cells in somebody else's fucking bed. Oil and sweat. Hair. Ugh. Just all types of different bacteria that did not come from the owners of the bed, let alone the fucking house. Awkward Otter replies with a paragraph. Your soon-to-be ex needs therapy. Her parents' dynamic is toxic. I need sleep. Her parents' dynamic is toxic as fuck. To remain legally married for nearly 20 years while her father lived with a mistress is bonkers. Other than he probably just wanted to avoid alimony slash child support. And that broken home slash failed marriage definitely explains your soon to be ex's pathology and aggressive self loathing. She's hyper overcompensating for what neither of her parents did provide a stable, safe place for her family. In doing so, she's trying to buy back the happy family she wants by giving them, or more accurately, allowing them to take everything at all expenses. And that's why she's so defensive when it comes to you questioning her behavior. She's so preoccupied with keeping them warm that she couldn't even notice that she was setting you on fire and keeping you burning. Oof. Any opposition to her actions is a threat to her attempts at retroactive self-preservation. It's tragic that she probably doesn't even notice the parallel between her and her dad. Too focused on her own desire to accept and correct the harm she's done to her partner. You deserve better. Ooh, awkward order cooking. Cook. And everybody else, like, I would absolutely divorce. I separate the finances immediately. And if you're going to dip out, take your recliner too. Take your recliner. Oof. We got an update. We headed over to the update. Yeah. And it's not really an update, but it's more of a reading. I hate you. I will never be able to forgive you, nor your incestuous family. The way that your mom openly talked about sex and all the bodily sensations that she had with father-in-law was disturbing. And when I talked to you about it, you said that I was a prude, that your mom taught you that sex is a natural thing. Except that father-in-law fucking left her for his coworker because he hates you all. Yeah, your dad fucked up and you hate him, but you still expect him to help you out. I told you long ago that your family's intrusive behavior was hurting us. Us. The constant passive aggressiveness, your brother drinking straight from the juice carton in our refrigerator that he paid nothing for. It wouldn't have killed him to pour it in a glass, but again, all of you are animals. Yes, you too. All I wanted was to be able to keep our belongings in good condition and not be constantly angry because you allowed your family to borrow things. I was a fucking fool. I completely missed the truth. You didn't want me. I don't think you ever loved me. I organized your birthdays and I held out hope that your family and I would get along after every celebration since the mood might help. But your family always did something to remind me. Remember how your cute other brother left a huge grease stain on our freshly painted garage and you yelled at me the minute I noticed? Remember how you said, "What? Don't start." Yeah, because I guess I was good enough to pay for it, but I shouldn't open my mouth. I'm loathing you right now. Remember how you lied about taking a pay cut, but went ahead and gave your good-for-nothing brother a weekly payment so that he could appease his ex-wife for unpaid child support? Remember how I found out because your whore of a mother called me asking why the money hadn't hit his account? Remember how you withdrew sex and affection because I was mad that you lied to me? And on top of that, you said that I will never be able to be the same as your family because they were there first. Remember how I cried and walked around with a knot in my throat because you said I was shitty and manipulative for feeling down and that I was crazy for feeling the way that I did and that I was irritating? You are not the person that I married, and they are not the family that I once cared about. I moved away from my family to be with you. All of you. Fuck you. I was never treated as family again after I objected to your brother taking liberties. Remember how I had to clean after they left a mess and you started calling me anal and OCD? You made sure that I felt your abandonment. I don't care how much you love your family. I'm just relieved that I'm out. Despite all the pain that I'm feeling right now, I'm glad that your father finally divorced your mom. I used to feel so bad for her, but she had it coming. Didn't your dad cheat on his ex and got your mom pregnant? Isn't your golden child of a brother an affair baby? Yeah. 40-something years later, she's still playing for what she did. I used to judge your dad for being a cheater, but who knows? I guess your mother didn't deserve better. I wish you the worst in life, just like you gave me. I want you to have to cry in your car because you can't even let it out at home. I wish you moments in which you don't want to get home because you know there will be people who hate you sitting in the living room. I want you to feel lonely and to sit among people who will either tell insulting jokes to your face or simply ignore you. Remember how they love to tell jokes to diminish my confidence and you stay quiet? Remember how you said I was too sensitive? Remember how your brother got jumped and got his ass kicked at work? Yeah, all of you cried injustice. Now, I'm glad. I hope it happens again. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Yeah, that's OP's reading. Not really much of an update, but a little bit of journaling he did on Reddit, you know? So if you ever think these stories are fake and you're curious how these people are feeling, yeah. Just take a listen to I Hate You by Prior-Bus 9723. Ooh. Yep. You can find this one for yourself and read the comments if you prefer. I want to read a different story now. I'm hot.